Today I want to share with you how I made some amazing friendship on the road, starting from Senegal to Cape Town when I went to the meetup for Exodus Summit, and how I kept so many friends to this day through all my trip to Namibia, Zambia, and so on. Traveling solo is daunting. And when you are a first-time solo traveler, it's something that can be frightening. But let me tell you that it's during those solo trips that I made long-lasting friendship that to this day I call my friend, and with whom I'm even planning trips together. If you're new here, I'm Giles. I love sharing my passion about travel, sharing tips, stories, and today is more of a story time on how I met friends on the road and made some amazing friendship, and how you can too. My goal on this channel is to inspire travelers, especially women over 40, 50, 60, Gen Xers and boomers, who are ready to explore the world. I'm an introvert, I'm socially awkward, and I spend a lot of time alone when I'm at home. There's something that happens when you travel. You meeting people that are in that same quest of adventure as you, right? And although it can seem daunting, firstly when you start anyway, right? And to approach people, to make friends. But let me tell you that these have been the most amazing experience that I had during my trips. And I have today people that became my close friends and with whom we are planning to do more trips together. So stay tuned. I have a lot of amazing story to tell you and tips so you can make friends on the road as well, because it's really easy. I find that cup in a charity shop, thrift store. I love Zambia, and it's true, I love Zambia. Zambia is one of the places also where I met a lot of friends. Let me have a sip. Guys, we are out to see Victoria Fall with the crew here. Traveled for a month with some people, and it was so hard to say goodbye, you know. I was crying and crying and crying. But that was the first time that I had such a long experience with travelers, and where we were really spending so much time together, and suddenly you find yourself alone and they are gone, and it's so heartbreaking, but still worth it, still worth it. Guys, I'm a budget traveler, I'm a backpacker. When I travel alone, because I usually go with the intention to hit as many countries that I can in the region. One of the great ways to meet new friends when you are on the road is through events. Guys, whether you stay in the hostel, in a hotel, in an Airbnb, there's events going around. Like if you check on like Facebook groups for the city in which you are, and there's certainly event happening, so sign up for these events, you know. Sign up for cooking class, sign up with, there's a great experience that was happening in South Africa where a local had a page on Airbnb, not to stay at her place, but she would host a group of travelers to share a meal. So she will cook a meal and we will sample a traditional meal from the country. It was Soweto. She will show us around the area. Because during those events, like the free walking tour. If your hotel or accommodation, whichever it is, Airbnb, is close to a hostel, they sometimes have like those free open events for the public where you can go there and meet other travelers if you don't want to stay in a hostel. And all these events are really great to meet other travelers and to strike a conversation. What you have to understand is other travelers are in the same situation as you. When they are solo travelers, you'll see that anyway. You see those that are in pairs and those who are alone. Somebody will usually strike a conversation with you, want to know if that was your first time here. And travelers always want to share their experiences about traveling where you've been. So it's very easy to strike a conversation. And ladies, Gen Xers, we live in a digital world where you can even make friends before you travel. Just sign up into the groups on Facebook that are in the city. There's so many groups from wherever you go, okay? There's groups that are on the city where you're traveling, and start making friends there. Start saying, I've done that when I was in India. When I went to Kerala, India. Oh my goodness, I forgot even. I met an amazing woman. She got so supportive when I got sick in India. She's the one who told me where to go to the doctor, etc. And I met her how I went on a group on Facebook. I'm like, hey, I'm from the UK. I'm French. I'm in Kerala. I'm in Kochi. I would love to meet somebody. And so we scheduled to meet each other, but we couldn't because then I fell sick. And so she helped me to, find a hospital and all of that. So that's another great way. The way that I met some people in Cameroon was through the Meetup app. Or what was that name? I can't remember if Interconnection. I'm a member. I've been a member for a very long time. That's another great way where you go to the city where you are and you see those events are often open and they're free. Okay, you can go there, decide to have just a glass of water, a glass of juice, or decide just to mingle with people. You don't have to buy something if you don't want to. But those are great way to meet people. Then I went to Gambia. I was alone. And in the bus that took us to the ferry, I struck a conversation with a young woman. We are still friends to this day. And while I was inside the country, she's the one who took me around. We had coffee, we shared food, etc. To go from city to city or move from one country to another, you will meet other travelers inside the bus, the train, etc. And usually people come together to travel together to make like a fun experience, because those trips by bus are usually very long. They usually those that I did were all around 20 to 24 hours, whether by bus or by train. So I met a lot of amazing people through traveling this way. And the hostels are really the best way to meet people. Guys, this is how it's good to be in a hostel. Daniel is actually making food for everybody. After that long walk, we came back to our chef, Daniel. Hi, Daniel. Thank you very much for the beautiful food.
It's beautiful. I don't know tasty, but it's beautiful.
I'm sure it's tasty. You made it with your heart, so it has to be tasty. Starting by your dorm, if you don't have a private room, in your dorm, you're going to be with people and people are chatting with each other. You're such a proximity to each other, right? At breakfast, because at breakfast, you're all sitting around the common area, having your food. And in the afternoon, instead of staying in your room, reading or something, you can just be in the common room. First, when I left Johannesburg, I wanted to take the bus to go to Cape Town instead of flying. But I didn't know how to do it. I wanted to take the train, but I didn't know how to do it. I searched online, etc., and I was not confident. And it's when I arrived at the hostel and I start striking a conversation with Romain. We both French, so we start chatting. Then other people join us. So we then decided to go together to Namibia because he was going to Namibia. And I just followed him. We traveled, the two of us. At that point, we had nobody else. Then in that bus that we were taking to go to Namibia, we met Fifi, who was in another hostel in Cape Town. So the three of us linked together and we did all that trip together, and it was such an amazing connection. And when we arrived in the hostel in Namibia, we met Ayololita and Daniel. And the five of us had such an amazing time all through Namibia, traveling different places. There's some friend that you will make for one day, just for one activity. There's some friend that you will make for 1 week. There's some friend that you will make for longer. And there's some friend that you will make for a long time or for life. And there's a bittersweet moment when you have to leave that family that you grown to love and you share so much with behind. It's hard to let go and say goodbye. But guys, it is hard, but it is part of the travel, the magic of traveling, okay? Traveling is so magical. It's something that I deeply love. And yes, there's a lot of heartache like that where you make friends and some of them you will never see them again. You are never alone when traveling solo. You will meet people along the way. This is for my Gen Xers. Even when you go to these hostels, you will meet a lot of people your age. And if people are a bit younger than you, it's not a big deal. You're all there for the same love of travel. And you're gonna have an excellent time, no matter what. Of all my travels, if I have to be honest, the best time that I had, it's when I met this group of people as a solo traveler. And from now on, I want to go in hostels. I want to make sure that the only thing is I may want to be in a private room time to time. I don't want to always be in a hostel, like in a dorm room, but at least inside the hostels, right? And if you book along in advance enough, there's some hostel where they have 2 beds. There's some hostel where they have 4 beds, right? Because you can also have a hostel with 20 beds, right? I'd rather not be in those. I still want something quiet. But even if you are in a private room, you still benefit from spending that time when you want with the group. You know, the games we played, the outings, I'm just smiling because it was such an amazing time, guys. So making friends on the road, it's not complicated at all. Whether you're an introvert, whether you are an introvert, it's not complicated at all. You'll find somebody who you can resonate with, and most people a lot of people are on the same boat as you. They're here to explore, they're travelers. Guys, if you enjoyed this video so far, if you are into traveling or if you want to learn or be inspired to travel as a solo Gen Xers, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave me a comment and share with me what is your best way to make friends. Tell me your stories, how you made friends on the road. This is a gift from my friend Ayolita. She was wearing it and she gave it to me, and I gave her one of my bracelets. And this is a bag that my friend Fifi gave me. Daniel, stay. Guys, here, I'll take a picture after. That's a video. It's a video! It's okay, then I get it in a 12.